The first chapter will focus on the introduction on recruitment and selection. And for the whole rotation, we will focus on the acquisition and its underlying functions. We will also utilize HR planning under utilization before proceeding to actual jobs of recruitment and selection. Our goal is to get the right person for the right job. And as future recruitment specialists, you should know fundamental roles and processes of acquisition. The whole processes can be simply illustrated by this. We start with a plan, targeting enough manpower that organization is capable to acquire considering availability of resources. You shall know how to conduct job analysis to come up with job descriptions that will be used as guide during recruitment process. This entails the qualifications needed for a job. Then, you may proceed now to the actual recruitment. This process has plenty of steps including the needs for job posting or advertisement and marketing to attract applicants. The administration of employment tests to help you assess one's capabilities and also the conduct of interview processes. Selection is usually the deliberation process to choose who among the applicants has likelihood for the position by carefully studying the results of recruitment processes. And lastly, the placement works that include orientation, contract review and signing, and training before deploying the employee to work. Recruitment and selection is considered to be a crucial function of manpower management because this is the beginning step to acquire members who will work and will contribute to your organization's success. Therefore, as future recruitment specialists, the goal of this subject is for you to execute a systematic process in recruitment and selection and capacitate yourself with relevant trainings. In end, you will become an established practitioner in the field of talent management. As a recruitment specialist, these are the following characteristics that you must possess. You have to come up with a good plan. How many staff will you be needing? Are the number enough to pull off the goals you want to meet? Initiate techniques. Everything must use a systematic approach. Recruitment is an investment of time and money. Your techniques will guide you whether you can earn from your investment. Make value judgment. We do not discriminate in recruitment. We follow legal policies. Your judgment must be matched with your predictions. From the moment you see an applicant up to the steps of recruitment, you must have a good prediction skill whether the applicant will be a good asset to your organization. A recruitment specialist, on the other hand, should have an analytical skill because he will be the one to decide on who to hire. He should analyze the result of processes well. In performing these functions, you must stick to the standards. Never hire someone because of someone's recommendation and he did not actually pass certain steps. And lastly, a recruitment specialist must know how to market. You are selling your company. You are looking for manpower, and for them to say yes on your offerings, you should offer something that they will like and would boost their interest to commit themselves to service. The intensifying war for talent makes it increasingly difficult to attract kind of people desired by organization. How do organizations make themselves stand out from their competitors and be an attractive employer? If you want to have notable employees, feed them with means to live and grow. It could be through salary, benefits, development programs, and many more ways. Let us discuss further the framework of attraction. Psychology explains that people's preference for particular organizations are based on the implicit similarities of their own personal characteristics and the attributes of potential work organization. People find organization differentially attractive as function of their implicit judgment of the alignment between the organization's goals, like the structure, processes, and culture, and their own personality. Imagine you are a newly graduate and applied to 3 different companies with 3 different conditions. Company A is located in Lucena. You were offered with minimum wage with full mandatory benefits during probationary period for 6 months and could have an increase with additional allowance once you are regularized. You have a recommendation from someone that will guarantee to have an immediate HR position. Company B is a government institution in Lucena. It is your dream to work in the government. However, the only position that they can offer you is an office staff under job order employment status with condition that you can be renewed every 6 months if you have a good performance. Company C is a big company in Manila. They are offering you with above minimum wage rate of Manila with full mandatory benefits, but the position is not aligned to your degree. These 3 situations could be a hard thing to decide on. Company A is aligned to your degree. Company B is your dream organization. And Company C is practical in terms of income. However, as an applicant, you should consider your present condition. And on the part of the organization, they must know their market and what they need so that it would be easier for them to get potential talents. The question right now is, what makes an organization attractive? Organizational attractiveness is the assessment of a company's desirability as an employer by a prospective employee. Like in the given 3 examples earlier, the 3 companies have different offerings, and those are things that an applicant should consider and will help her out to decide on. There are 2 different attributes that companies use to attract applicants. First is the symbolic attribute, and the second one is the instrumental attribute. Symbolic attributes are inferences that applicants make about the characteristics of an organization. These are often subjective and intangible, such as friendliness of people in the company, the name or brand that makes the company well known, or the credibility that provides employees with great experience. Second is the instrumental attributes. These are attributes that are utilitarian and functional qualities. These are objective, physical, and tangible characteristics that pertains to organization or to jobs such as pay, benefits, the office infrastructures, and amenities. In a clear illustration of what means do companies use to market applicants, look at the following factors in the presentation. However, it is expected by the company for a good performance at work in return to what the company offered them. Every HR practitioner must always remember that recruitment is a two-way street. Organization needs manpower and applicants need work. Same effort between building up what the organization can offer to applicants and proving what applicants can offer to the growth of the organization. There are so many definitions of recruitment and selection, but to provide you with a precise one, recruitment is the process of attracting applicants, and selection is the process of choosing who among with the applicants possess the likelihood to perform the job. How important is recruitment and selection as a management function? Always remember that it is an investment. We spend money during recruitment, from the moment that we are advertising up to the time that we are processing their applications. Therefore, we must take it seriously. We don't want to spend plenty of money just because we don't choose the right person to perform the job. It is our job. Therefore, we must take every steps with a high level of understanding and effective decision making. Perception is considered as the biggest contributing factor during recruitment process. And at the same time, recruiters must carefully use their perceptions free from any bias. Perception is a powerful tool to assess the overall upbringing of an applicant. However, it could also be a reason of unequal practices. There are some identified occurrences caused by poor perception. The first one is selective perception. It usually happens when our brains cannot process all of the information which our senses pick up, so we instead select particular objects or aspects of people for attention. An applicant, for example, with a beautiful face come to an interview and you perceive her to have a beautiful personality immediately. It is just because of having a beautiful face. It is a perception called halo effect. In contrast is horn effect. For example, an applicant comes to interview wearing a color that you hate the most. Your mood switched and evaluated negatively. Self-centered bias is a perception wherein you reflect everything to yourself, or you use yourself as reference of what the applicant really embodies. It is called clone effect. Example, you found out that the applicant was a working student, and since you were a working student during your time, you believe that the applicant could contribute to company success. Third, early information bias or apocryphal stories. It is occurred by making very early decision on candidate suitability and spending remaining time confirming the decision. This happened due to assumptions that the person can do good even without referring to other results such as in employment testing or reference checks. And the last is stereotyping. This is a very common incident during recruitment. We assess attributes to those of the group they belong. It destroys the concept of individual differences. Just because an applicant is a graduate of a well-known university in Manila, it is concluded already that he has to be hard, and not those who graduated from the province. Your perception as a recruiter must be used in a professional way. How to? Refer to the details of job descriptions and job specification prepared in advance. You may also train selectors to separate personal preferences and stick to the standards. Use proper tools such as psychological tests. Check competency by referring to experiences and accomplishments. Involve line managers at all stages like in interviews. And lastly, help the appointed candidate to succeed through training and development management. That's the best process to follow. The last part of this discussion is for you to know what career awaits you in recruitment and selection function. You have to be particular with the different functions of the personnel who are specializing recruitment. Recruitment assistant usually the one who scout applicants. Recruitment specialists usually screen applicants. Recruitment supervisor oversee the activities. And a recruitment manager create strategies, solve issues, and make decisions. This is the end of our first chapter. If you have questions and clarifications, do not hesitate to approach me. Thank you for listening.